Real Madrid boss Carlo Ancelotti was full of praise for his match-winning duo Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo goes after their Copa del Rey final victory over Osasuna. Ancelotti sealed his first title of the season, ahead of taking on Manchester City in a crunch Champions League showdown next week, to ease some of the pressure on his position. Brazilian pair Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo were key on the night for Real Madrid in Andalusia, with the former teeing up the latter for both goals in the final. Rodrigo is now up to 16 goals across all competitions, in his best tally as a Real Madrid player, and both players are in hot form going into the clash against City. They have made the difference tonight. Vinicius in the first half was very unbalancing for the opposition, as per reports from Marca. Rodrigo scored 2 goals, and at this moment, those two make the difference for us. Real Madrid's sole focus will now be on the Champions League, with Barcelona just one win away from clinching their first La Liga title since 2014. Ancelotti's side host Getafe in between the two semi-final matches against City, and the league trophy could already be at the Camp Nou. Real Madrid president Florentino Perez has reiterated his desire to keep Carlo Ancelotti at the club. Ancelotti secured a first title of the season as Los Blancos secured a 2-1 Copa del Rey final win over Osasuna at the Estadio de la Cartuja. The veteran Italian is under pressure in Madrid, despite winning a La Liga and Champions League double on his return to the Spanish capital last summer. Barcelona are cruising to the league title, with Ancelotti's side up against Manchester City in the Champions League semi-final next week. Brazil have made an approach to bring in Ancelotti as Tite's permanent successor, as his contract in Madrid enters into its final 12 months. Ancelotti has consistently stated his intention to complete his deal, despite admitting to being flattered by the Brazil links, but Perez wants him to stay. "I don't want to hear any more about it, he has a contract and we are happy with him," as per reports from Marca. Ancelotti's fate could still hinge on their Champions League progress, despite Perez's current stance on him. Rodrigo Goes has insisted Real Madrid's 2022-2023 Copa del Rey title win is a key step for the season run-in. The Brazilian international brought his goal tally up to 16 goals across all competitions this season, with a goal either side of the break, as Carlo Ancelotti's side beat Osasuna 2-1 in the final. Los Blancos eased some of the pressure on Ancelotti, with their La Liga title defense already over, with a first Copa del Rey win since 2014. Up next for Ancelotti and Rodrigo is a Champions League semi-final against Manchester City in the coming days, and the 22-year-old is ready for the challenge ahead. "I am very happy. We talked this week about how Madrid hadn't won this competition for a long time and, personally, I was missing it too, as per reports from Diario AS. I've scored 2 goals and it's been a very special night for me. But, I want more, much more. This competition is special and today I was able to win it." Rodrigo was the key player for Ancelotti's Real Madrid in their semi-final against City last season. His 2 second-legs goals forced extra time in Madrid and captain Karim Benzema won it in the additional 30 minutes. Real Madrid's Copa del Rey victory over Osasuna on Saturday was a triumphant occasion for the club's players and staff alike, as they secured their first success in the competition since 2014. It is Real Madrid's 3rd title of the season, and with the Champions League still to play for, there is a chance of further success for Los Blancos. It could be the final season for some of the first-team squad, with a few players seeing their contracts expire at the end of June. Luka Modric and Marco Asensio are 2 that fall into this category, and speaking after the final, both left their futures at the club up in the air. "The idea is to stay at Real Madrid, but we'll see what happens," remarked Modric, while Asensio simply answered that he doesn't know what will happen about his own future. Real Madrid are reportedly open to keeping both at the club for next season, and there have been reports that a renewal for Modric has already been agreed.